Hello everyone, and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of the N.A.R.C.N Network and channel, and also the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Today I'm going to be presenting to you episode 190 on the N.A.R.C.N Network, and the title of episode 190 is Your Anger for the Narcissist. Let it go. Now, what we're going to be talking about in this episode is we're just going to be kind of having a frank talk about, some of the stuff that goes on with people who seem to be very, very angry after their narcissistic episodes with their narcissists. And I actually currently deal with a lot of people like this off of the N.A.R.C.N network. One of the sad things that goes on with this, excuse me, is I wish that I could remedy whatever anger it is that they feel within themselves about whatever has gone on, because they've gone through some extremely traumatizing events, obviously, in their lives. Some things that just aren't normal. There are people who just never go through a narcissistic event in their life, and they have no idea what this is all about in the reality of things. But people who've gone through extreme narcissistic trauma, they deal with a lot of stuff in their lives. They can be dealing with PTSD after the event. They can be dealing with all kinds of different other things. They can be dealing with a now onset anxiety disorder, you name it. They've got a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of the times this is a lot for anyone to deal with if they've never dealt with anything like this in their lives before. And I am fully sympathetic and fully aware of what these people may be going through in their lives, because I hear about this so much from so many different people off of my network and what they go through. Not to mention, I just see lots of it talked about on the internet. I see lots of it in the research that I do. It's just everywhere, and there's a lot of people out there who present different energies about narcissists. We have some narcissistic experts on the internet who look at narcissism from a more religious sense as to how people behave with other people, and sometimes narcissists are looked at evil, demonic people who are sent to you by the devil just to mess with you and stuff. And there's a whole bunch of different ideas out there about narcissists and whatever it is they're doing with you and how they affect us after we have a narcissistic event. The most prevalent message I can give to anyone out here who's dealt with narcissism, in any way, whether it's from a friend, whether it's from a romantic interest, whether it's from family, whether it's from whomever has dealt you this particular type of narcissistic abuse for whatever time you've endured it. As we've talked about before in many other N.A.R.C.N episodes, my first advice is detach from that person, get away from that person if you can. Of course, we can't always do this because sometimes these are family people, sometimes these are other people that we can't detach from. They could be, mothers, fathers, family members, a wife, a husband, whatever it is that you're dealing with. Try to detach from that person, try to get away, separate from that person. Separate yourself from that person as much as you possibly can, and try to seek solace in that separation and get your mind, set. I've got definitely videos on my channel that talk about how to get yourselves in a better mindset if you've dealt with a narcissist. Also, there are plenty of narcissistic experts out there on the internet that will tell you how to do the same thing. You can find tons of them on YouTube and just tons of them on the internet. They'll give you ideas how you get yourself away and how you get your mind away from whatever that narcissist was dealing with you, and how you try to recalibrate your mind towards that. But even with this being said, we have tons of people out there who have a large degree of anger towards their narcissist for whatever that person has done to them during their narcissistic abuse. And my best advice in this instance is let that go. Just let that go. You're dealing with people who have all kinds of other trauma that has affected them in their lives. They don't function normally. They don't reason normally. They have abnormal responses to stress, abnormal responses to human interaction, We've talked all about this in previous N.A.R.C.N episodes, what's actually going on with the narcissist brain, what's going on in the brains of people who have personality disorders in general. We've gone into great detail about this on my network. If you want to know about that, go look up anything on my network on people who are bipolar or people who have narcissistic personality disorder, people who have antisocial personality disorder. I've got tons of information on my channels about this stuff if you're not aware of what that really is all about. People who have these situations going on in their lives, they can't function normal because their brains are not normal. They can't really do much about it except that they can seek therapy or assistance for their conditions. Lots of narcissists will never seek therapy or improvement or getting control of their narcissistic situations, and that is sadly just the way that is. But there is a very small percentage of narcissists that seek treatment. I know people right now who have narcissistic personality disorder. They are currently seeking treatment for their conditions, and a number of them are doing very well with this and getting control over their narcissism and getting control over their lives so that they don't abuse people and so that they don't have traumatic things going on with themselves within their interactions with other people. So narcissists can take the steps to do this and to improve what's going on with them, but they first have to recognize and admit that they do have narcissism. They need to be diagnosed with this. They need to come out themselves and do research and realize what it may be going on with them. This will help them get away from these behaviors. But again, when it comes to you dealing with a narcissist in whatever way here, just try to realize here, because I've said this before on my network, other experts have said this as well too, this probably had very little to do with you, unless you yourself are a narcissist and you are messing with another narcissist in this instance, which does happen, but it's much more rare than a person that does not have narcissism dealing with a narcissist. That is more commonly what goes on here too, because narcissists usually pick out people who aren't other narcissists. They pick out empathic, kind, generous, giving people to interact with because that's where they can get the best fuel. Usually other narcissists don't give great fuel. So this is why narcissists don't commonly end up with other narcissists, or not as often, let's say. But again, when you're dealing with a narcissist, the most bold statement I can make here is, let that go. Get yourself away from it. Stop thinking about it. Stop ruminating on this. This event happened to you. You're trying to get away from it, or you've gotten away from it and you're trying to detach yourself from that situation. Do all those things. Stop being angry about why the narcissist did this to you. Stop being angry with yourself that you got hooked up with a narcissist. You didn't know. You were just trying to find a person that you could deal with, or you were trying to find love or interaction or whatever it was you were searching for in life with this narcissist. It's not your fault that you got into a thing with them. It happens. It happens. We end up with narcissists. Good people who are empathic and giving and caring and outgoing, they end up with narcissists. This is just the way it is. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong here. It's just what happens when you're dealing with a narcissist. Narcissists are looking for people who can give them those things because they themselves don't really have these things necessarily to offer because of the situations they deal with within their mental states of what's going on with them. And again, we've talked about the mental states of narcissists in many other videos. You can look up the information on that if you're not sure what the mental states of narcissists actually are. Again, this wasn't you. It was probably just due to the factor that you got hoovered by a narcissist, you got drawn in by a narcissist, and then you were stuck with them because they were presenting you with a lot of things that made them look like somebody that they really weren't. And this is what goes on with narcissists. So please, if you can, try to get rid of or try to drop your anger for the narcissist. Try to drop your anger for yourself. None of this is positive energy that you want to have going on in your life. It's not going to help to be angry at the narcissist at all. It might help a little bit to keep them away if you don't want to deal with them, but in the long run, it's not really going to help you energetically. It's just going to bring down your energy and going to mess with your own psyche related to them, and anger is never a good thing to be dealing with unless you're using it for some very productive reasoning. or a very productive reason, sorry. But holding on to that anger, holding on to that hate for the narcissist, it's not a good thing. It's not productive, and I hope for you guys out there that are going through narcissistic events currently, or if you have in the past, that you guys can shed this particular trauma that you've dealt with a narcissist, much in the same way I've done this. A lot of this can come simply from learning about narcissism and learning about the narcissist till you understand them very well, and you understand what it is they put you through, and you can now realize that you really weren't at fault for much of what went on here. That will probably help you shed anger you have for the narcissist. It definitely did in my situation. It helped me understand what I was dealing with the individuals around me. It helped me to form some empathy for the narcissists that I have dealt with, to now understand what's going on with them, and to now try to be open to understanding them as people, and to be able to deal with them, because I still do have to deal with narcissists in my life at this present time. And I try to deal with these things as productively as I can. And hopefully you can find a way to deal with these things as productively as you can as well too. But like I just said, whatever you can do, try to let go of this anger, try to let go of the hate for your narcissist, try to let go of these negative emotions and this negative energy, and hopefully you will feel better, and hopefully this will help in your recovery and help in you getting past whatever this trauma is you've had in your life that the narcissist has given you. So this has been episode 190, just some stuff I wanted to talk about with you guys quickly here. I'm going to say please stay tuned. I got lots of content coming up on the N.A.R.C.N network and on the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you really soon in some upcoming videos.